iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans of the Martinsville Speedway tonight for the 2-cent single 125 for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. High above here tonight to bring you playoff racing. My name is Roger Muth here tonight to bring you all the virtual racing action here from the Martinsville Speedway, and it is gonna be a good one. Why do we say that? Well, because it's playoff racing here tonight, and it's Martinsville, the trickiest little paperclip, the half-mile concrete corner track. That's right, it's a one-lane, one-groove track down around the bottom. To get around them, you're probably gonna have to use the old chrome horn. The three-tap Teddy rule will definitely be in effect here tonight. As these drivers are battling to try and get into the Final Four, this is the last race, and there's only one driver that is safe. Jeffrey Souza last week picked up the big win. He's the only driver that is safe here tonight. Max Terriel, James Skelton, DJ Anderson. Right now, they find themselves in the playoffs, but only by 1 point. 4 points if you're Max Terriel, 3 points for James Skelton, and 1 point for DJ Anderson. Chris Hammett, Cole Day, Sean Single, all within 3 points. And then there's Sean Butler. The Butler is in a must-win situation here tonight at Martinsville, so things are about to get hot heavy as we get ready. As you can see, cars are already down there on the speedway, so let's head trackside here tonight for your starting lineup here tonight, brought to us by Simbox. Starting lineup will look like this, starting on the front row here tonight, hailing out of Ohio, driving car number 88. That'll be Sean Butler. To the outside of him, it's the 4X Racing number 8 of Zach Mitchell. Back in row number 2, starting in third, all the way from South Carolina, driving the Flowertown Animal Hospital, number 86. That'll be the fisherman, James Skelton. And it's the whoop-whoop, number 51 of DJ Anderson. He'll start in fourth here tonight, while it's the I Want to Go Fast, number 6 of Chris Hammett. He'll start fifth. The 4X Racing Turbo Dork Radical Paints, number 98 of Ryan Donnie will start back into the 6th starting spot here tonight, while it is 2 cents himself, car number 11 of Shanika Single in 7th. 8th will be the Storm from the North. Max Terriot will start into the 8th starting spot here tonight, while Brandon Feeney will start back there into the 9th spot. 10th will be the 13 of Joshua Buckley with the number 99 of Cole Day starting in the 11th spot. Richard Murdoch and Gar 01 will start back into the 12th starting spot here tonight, while 13th on the call will be the number 62 of Ethan Troutman. Number 4, Jeffrey Souza, he is locked in. He will start into the 14th starting spot here tonight, while Philly Edwards, it's the lawyer, in car 73. He'll start 15th. 16th, the Storm Magnet of Dan Butler. 17th will be the number 31 of Donald Bennett out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania. And how about the Platinum RV and Service? Number 45, that'll be Tim Williams. He'll start 18th. 19th on the call here tonight will be the Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag All Display number 40 of Rob Higgins, the Cowboy. And then it's the Aussie, Kevin O'Brien, back in 20th, 21st to the 20-year anniversary. That is right, the 20-year anniversary. Checkered Flag All Display number 30 of Bob Higgins. And shotgun to the field, it's Tony Strano here tonight in car number 3. Ready to go racing here tonight in the 2-cent single 125 here. It is the final chance to lock yourself into the dance as I come off turn for 150 laps here tonight at the Martinsville Speedway, virtually as green flag racing. Great start by Butler down on the bottom. It's exactly what he wanted to see. As look at them all come off turn number 2. Everybody giving space here on the opening lap here tonight at Martinsville. Lap number 1 will go to the number 88 of Sean Butler. So Butler will take the early lead and lead here on lap number 1. One car up around and in the fence line. Caution lights are on as the 21 driver out of Southbridge, Massachusetts. The racing school, number 21 of Dan Butler. So Butler will bring the first caution flag of the evening out here tonight at Martinsville. You see him rolling away. Take a look back here. There's the 45. Williams right there. Butler goes down in the corner and yeah, gets a little help, and the car just unloaded, went the opposite direction. Right on board here with Dan Butler. See what happens. 45 to the inside, and nose first, right into the old outside wall. So that's the first caution flag of the evening here tonight at Martinsville. Race leader still going to be the 88 of Sean Butler here. Take a look at the scoring. Just a handful of green flag laps into this one here tonight. 2 green flag laps officially, and before the first caution flag of the 2-cent single 150 here tonight at Martinsville. The drivers that are out front here, Sean Butler. We talked about his situation here. The Butler having to pretty much win this race here tonight for the driver of car number 88 to advance himself into the Final 4 next week. Next week's race is the GoBowling.com 100 from the Phoenix International Raceway. The NASCAR Xfinity cars are what we will use tonight, though. It's the Arkham Menards machines. You see them out there onto the racetrack. So Sean Butler leads the way here tonight. You see the second place car of Zach Mitchell. Mitchell made the playoffs this season, but has been eliminated. He's sitting 11th overall in the overall standings of playoff drivers. He'll restart to the outside here of row number 1. First 4 cars have not switched spots here tonight. It's Butler, Mitchell, Skellin, and Anderson as we come back into the restart zone, getting ready to go racing. Once again, it'll be 6 laps completed out of the 2-cent single 150. All the leaders giving each other plenty of room that time down in 1 and 2. Almost 3 wide there. That was Chris Hammett, who's the 3rd car to the inside lane. Thought about making the move to the inside and then elected to stay right in line where he was. Ryan O'Donnell will find his way to the bottom side of the speedway as the race is still for the race lead. The 8 of Zach Mitchell still hanging on. He will funnel himself in the 4xracinggobowling.com entry down to the bottom side of the speedway. So he funnels back in line. The first car now that's out of line will be the number 51 of DJ Anderson, the NOS Energy Drink number 51. Anderson told us all his paint schemes this season were going to be black and white. Well, black or white. That doesn't look black or white. That looks black, orange, and blue. Sometimes you need a little nitrous oxide in your veins, though. Anderson, one of those drivers, he was on the cut line. He's doing exactly what he needs to do here tonight. If we were to stop the race here on lap number 10, it would be Sean Butler advancing himself with Jeffrey Souza. Then it'll be James Skelton and Chris Hammond. That's how they would funnel down in the point standings after 10 laps. We'll see which one of these drivers are able to pick up the pace and advance themselves. Last week's winner right there, you see car number 4 of Jeffrey Souza here. After 10 laps, he is outside the top 10. He's battling for the 13th position. He'll get to the inside that time there on the number 62 of Ethan Troutman. So he'll take the 13th spot here. He's picked up 1 early on, as you just saw the pass being made. $2 single entry. You see Sean Single. They told me to roast him here tonight with the 2 cents logo being on tonight's race. And right now, 2 cents has only picked up 1 spot. That's not good enough for a win, Sean. Not good enough for a win. Sean is also coming in tonight as the 7th place overall driver in the point standings. Right now, he would still be on the outside looking in to try and race for his first ever championship here on Monday night. There you see the Cartoon Network Wacky Racers. Right behind him, there is Ryan O'Donnell. Ryan O'Donnell here tonight, driving one of those Turbo Dork colors. Prism Power here tonight, trying to use the power of the Turbo Dork colors to get that number 98 into victory lane. Ryan, we talk about it week in and week out, always having a beautiful car color on any car that we have unloaded. Tonight, Ryan is currently sitting into the 7th spot after qualifying in 6th. And looking like the storm from the north, Max Terrell, the all-black number 42, may be able to take that spot away from him. Might bump the number 98 of Ryan O'Donnell back to running into the 8th position here. And he will. Max to the inside. He'll clear the number 98 down the front straightaway. Now Richard Murdoch there, one of those drivers that, well, there's a lot of people out there tonight tuning in to watch that 0-1. 0-1 currently of Murdoch has picked up 3 spots. He's one of the biggest movers so far here in the early goings here tonight at Martinsville as all these drivers start to single file themselves out. Not a long race per se here tonight at the Martinsville Speedway, but a race that still is going to make you work for it, because this is one of those tracks where you don't get a break. You're either watching the mirror or trying to avoid the curbing down to the inside, trying to hit your mark every time. And oh, did we mention trying not to run into the driver in front of you? This track is very hard for these drivers here tonight. Rob Higgins back here, 2 very iconic paint schemes with NASCAR. There is the singular number 31. That is driven tonight here by Donald Bennett. And right behind him, that is the number 40 of Rob Higgins. Higgins driving the old tie ride. I got one of them sitting right here behind me on the shelf here in the studio. I actually have the singular car also. Probably 2 of my favorite cars from watching the early days. I say the early days of NASCAR. The late 90s, early 2000s. Of course, there you see the Pontiac Grand Prix logos on Rob Higgins' machine. Always built excitement, said Pontiac, and that's probably what put them out of business. Rob tonight bringing the excitement. Is back in 19th currently. Everybody still chasing down the 88 of Sean Butler. When you think about the 88 of Sean Butler, one of the winningest drivers here on Monday night. And along with being one of the winningest drivers, I believe, if my notes do serve me right, the last time we came here to Martinsville, it was a championship race. And Sean Butler was one of the final 4 drivers. He picked up the big W that night and won his championship. Tonight, he's going to have to win to advance. You see him coming up on the 184 of Kevin O'Brien, the driver out of Australia. He will pick up that spot from him. James Skelton up the track down at 3 and 4. That'll open up the door. Chris Hammett will waltz on through there. Chris Hammett right now holding down the final spot of drivers that would get into the final 4. EJ Anderson starting to creep into the picture frame here. Last time by at the line, fastest driver, DJ Anderson. There you see the 51, the NOS Energy Drink, number 51, fueling victories. Currently, right now, about 2, almost 3/10 of a second for a lot of these drivers off their fast time here tonight. And race fans, that is not Carl Edwards in the Scott's number 99. I'm telling you, it's not Cousin Carl. That is Cole Day. Cole Day made his rookie campaign last season, about midway through, as he made his return back to red light racing. We have touched on numerous times this season that Cole Day is one of those drivers that runs a lot of dirt racing, lives in the Midwest, and went to school for racing engineering. The youngster just buying his first house just a couple days ago. So congratulations to Cole Day. He also got engaged not too long ago. So there was a wedding. I actually got a wedding invite, race fans, if you can believe that. Somebody invited me to a wedding. Boy, what was that kid thinking? Cole Day, a dirt racer at heart, coming here to red light racing it and making it his first full-time season into the final 8 here this season. What a run it's been for the driver out of the Midwest. Cole Day currently on the standings is on the outside looking in. Bennett making a move here on his fellow Buffalo Bills fan. That'll be Bennett picking up the 17th position over Philly Edwards. So the Genesee beer drinker, number 73 of Philly Edwards, will fall back into the 18th position. He's fallen back now 3 spots since the drop of the green flag. The driver who has had the most problems here tonight, and there you see him, car number 13. That is Joshua Buckley, the driver out of Pepperell, Massachusetts. He has fallen 10 spots since the drop of the green flag, and that is not the direction you would like to run here tonight at Martinsville. Richard Murdoch making a move here, though, trying to get underneath the number 98, that Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry of Ryan O'Donnell. There you see Murdoch working the bottom side of the speedway. Murdoch with an unsponsored car here tonight, but he does still carry the adventure in pixels with him everywhere he goes. So Murdoch working the inside. He was not able to put the power down that time out of turn 2. He'll drift up the track, almost going to door slam the number 98 of Ryan O'Donnell. They will drag race it down the front straightaway at the line. Murdoch will have that 8th position. Ryan O'Donnell going to run a little wide that time down out of turn number 2. He will lose that spot, and I do believe Cousin Cole there will go ahead and fill that position down to the inside, and he will. That'll be the battle for the 9th position now between Ryan O'Donnell and Cole Day. Ryan O'Donnell has been falling into the wrong direction here, and he'll scrape the wall down the back straightaway. Joshua Buckley, oh boy! Hang on to a Ryan O'Donnell sideways. That car, he tried to yee-yaw it up down there into the corner. And let me tell you, it just did not stick, race fans. That car was out of shape. Hit the wall, got out of shape, yee-yawed down into the corner. And lost the spot now to Cole Day. So Cole Day now running into the 9th spot where Ryan O'Donnell is back in 10th. Long run here tonight. We're going on our 30th consecutive lap of green flag racing, after we were slowed on lap number 2 by the caution flag. Dan Butler was the driver out of Southbridge, Massachusetts, who was involved in that wreck. He is looking like he is out of tonight's race here tonight. So the 21 of Dan Butler calling it an evening here from the Martinsville Speedway. Richard Murdoch, I just saw him glance out of the corner of my eye. He almost tail slapped that 0-1 off the corner there out of turn number 4. Kept it going, though. Nothing has changed out front, race fans, if you were wondering. It is still Sean Butler leading the way as Kevin O'Brien goes another lap down. It's Sean Butler and there's Zach Mitchell in second. Chris Hammett's back there running in third. And you guessed it, James Skelton, Flowertown Animal Hospital, number 86, is still running into the 4th spot with DJ Anderson in 5th. Max Terrill in 6th. Sean Single back there into the 7th spot. Richard Murdoch in 8th, Cole Day in 9th, and Ryan O'Donnell rounding out the top 10. That's how they're running here on lap number 40 out of the 150 scheduled here tonight. All laps here tonight, all 40 that have gone in the books are or have been led by the number 88 of Sean Butler. So Butler tonight doing exactly what he needed to do. Remember, he needs to win to advance into the next round of the playoffs or have all his competitors that are ahead of him finish 20th on back. And I don't believe that one's going to happen here tonight as Dan Butler has gone to the hauler. Kevin O'Brien is multiple laps down, and Joshua Buckley is currently sitting 1 lap down. And now here comes Bob Higgins as the race leaders close in on the checkered flag. Auto supply number 30 of Higgins. Higgins, the driver out of Massachusetts in that checkered flag auto supply. We got to thank Bob Higgins and his continued support here with the series. It is 20 years in operation for the checkered flag auto supply. Race fans, the checkered flag auto supply located up in Ayer, Massachusetts. If you're ever in the Ayer, Massachusetts area, don't hesitate. Call the checkered flag auto supply if you're in need of auto parts because they are the local owned auto parts store, a family-owned auto parts store. They're the ones that help out our children when they're in need of some sponsorship for their t-ball clubs, for their soccer clubs, anything they need, and even continuing to support racing all over the Northeast. So we thank the Higgins family and their continued support here with Red Light Racing. As you saw it, the 31 of Bennett having some problems there. Got up out of the groove, Higgins got around him, and then he got back around him. So Bennett looks like he has a stripe down the right-hand side of that singular wireless. Jeffrey Souza coming to pit road here, so is Kevin O'Brien. So possible pit stops here tonight on lap number 46. It does look like these are going to be scheduled stops for these drivers. They will go a lap down or maybe multiple laps down because here at Martinsville, we're still turning 20-second lap times. We followed off about a second since the start of the race here tonight. Hey, where's that Sean Single guy, race fans? He's running 7th. That is, I mean, Will out there. Yeah, I mean, that is pretty pathetic. Sean is running in 7th. I thought he could have rubbed his 2 cents together and maybe got a little farther into the field here early on, but he is one of 4 drivers that have not swapped any position since the drop of the green flag. Sean Butler started P1. He's running P1. Zach Mitchell started P2. He's running P2. Donald Bennett started 17th. He's running 17th. And Sean, maybe he can rub those 2 cents together that he has. One driver did just actually make a pass, and that's the 86 of James Skelton. There you see him. He just got around the number 6 of Chris Hammett and has set sail. This time by, they will complete lap number 50 here tonight. As the race leader works down the back straightaway, he's coming upon Philly Edwards in car number 73. Edwards will swing it to the high, wide, and outside, and that'll allow the 88 to waltz on by. We talked about how Jeffrey Souza came to pit road, and it actually has looked like he has pulled it behind the wall here tonight. Jeffrey Souza, remember, one of the drivers that is locked in here tonight, so it didn't matter where he finished. He will not finish tonight's race off. He will, finish 20th. Kevin O'Brien has also called it a night here in the 184, the driver out of Australia. He will finish 21st and 22nd, still being scored here tonight. The final position on the scoring will be Dan Butler. He's out of the race. So all 3 of those competitors here tonight out of the race. So we'll see when your race leaders come to pit road. Max Terrill, though, has been turning some of the fastest lap times since the tires have been running out here, wearing out, running out. A 20.39 second lap for him. Some of the fastest times on the speedway. Problem is, it is always one thing to catch somebody. And then it is a whole nother game to go ahead and get around them. So he's not able to get around the 51 of DJ Anderson, who's not able to get around the number 6 of Chris Hammett. See all three of those cars right there in the picture frame. Looks like 14 drivers still left on the lead lap, and this is the Tide Ride, the Super 8 Motel. They will leave the light on for you, race fans. Rob Higgins is the final driver left on the lead lap, but don't look now because you see that car back there? Yeah, that's actually the race leader of Sean Butler. Heard Higgins wind it up. You can tell that 88 of Sean Butler is just very fast. Look at them all strung out around the speedway here. Everybody looking like a bunch of ants out there. So lap 50, yep, that's 57 going in the books. Oh, one problem. One driver having a problem. Caution lights. Caution lights for the 45 of Tim Williams, driver out of Canada. Tim Williams involved in the first wreck of the evening when him and Dan Butler got together. Now, Tim Williams going for a ride of his own to bring out the second caution flag here tonight in the 2-cent single 150. Take a look. What happened to the 45 of Tim Williams? Oh, self-yeet. Inside. And then he locked it up. Rob Higgins absolutely saying thank you, Tim, because not only did Tim hold his brakes down there and stay out of the way, he also brought out that caution flag, which will keep him on the lead lap. Race leaders are all on pit road here after the second caution flag of the evening has come out. Who will win the battle off pit road? Sean Butler down on the way. It'll be a 4-tire stop for him, so it'll be Butler. It'll be the 8 of Mitchell, 86 of Skelton, 6 of Chris Hammett, 42, 11, 01, 99, and 98. So that's how they all are running currently here tonight. We've completed the lap 60 here under the caution flag. Second caution flag of the evening coming out. That was the number 45 of Tim Williams, self-spinning off the corner. There you see the marks down the back straightaway to bring that caution flag out. Again, we are in the playoffs here with Red Light Racing here tonight at the Martinsville Speedway. It's a cut race. Either win advance, point your way in, or go home after tonight. That's how it's going to play out. Sean Butler, your race leader, he is in a need-to-win situation. Jeffrey Souza has picked up a win, so he is in. All the other drivers in the playoffs, they were all separated. Max Terrell, James Skelton, DJ Anderson, they were in by 5 points if you're Max Terrell, 4 if you were James Skelton, and 1 for DJ Anderson. Cole Day, Chris Hammett, Sean Single, they were on the outside looking in by 3 points. Right now it would be Butler, Souza, Skelton, and Anderson, the way they're running. But things could change very quickly here tonight at Martinsville, especially on a restart, because we're 1 lap to green. It'll be Butler to the inside with Zach Mitchell lined up on the outside. James Skelton, Chris Hammett, DJ Anderson, Max Terrell, Sean Single, Richard Murdoch, Cole Day, Ryan O'Donnell, the top 10. Joshua Buckley got the wave around. He'll tag the back of the field here. Ready to go racing. Lap 63 will be completed here tonight. The 2-cent single 150 back underway. 11 laps from halfway here tonight. Great start by Butler on the bottom. But look at the momentum run down the back straightaway for the 8 of Zach Mitchell. Will he be able to do it again? No, he won't. Leading the lap will be the 88 of Sean Butler. So Butler holds on to the spot. Here comes the 86. Now James Skelton. Can he make the pass on the number 8 of Zach Mitchell? Pelts while it is, well, the blood is in the water. You want to be on the bottom side of the speedway here at Martinsville. You don't want to be on that second groove. It rarely works. Zach Mitchell's fighting it out. Caution lights. Caution lights are on. The Buffalo Bills fan, number 73, Genesee Cream Ale 73 of Philly Edwards, has brought the caution lights on. Oh, Edwards into the back of the 30, and then Tony Strano nowhere to go. Will run into the back of the 73. Looking back at the Victory Junction gang, number 3. Just a big chain reaction there for those drivers. All of them were battling for right around the 18th, 19th, and 20th position, a lap down at the time of the caution flag. Joshua Buckley going to get saved by that. Remember, Buckley had just taken the wave around there. You see the number 13 down on pit road right now. He's going to get saved by this. He took the wave around. He did not pit under that last caution flag, got back on the lead lap, and now he will be able to come down and pit. He'll be back on the same sequence as the race leaders. .45 of Tim Williams going to get the lucky dog that time, so he'll get back on the lead lap after going a lap down for bringing out the previous caution flag here tonight. Sean Butler still the race leader. He did not come to pit road. I believe I saw... Nope, I lied. I thought I saw the 6 of Chris Hammett come to pit road, but that is a mistake because he is actually still sitting there into the 4th position. A couple drivers losing spots on that restart. Zach Mitchell lost a spot to James Skelton. Cole Day, who did restart inside the top 10, now outside the top 10. He's running back into the 13th position. Will restart in 12th, though, because I just saw Brandon Feeney. There's the Liquid Molly, the Feeney call. Number 38 coming to pit road, so Feeney going to try and get himself off sequence here right before the halfway point home. Just a splash of fuel, and down goes the Liquid Molly entry. He will rejoin the racing surface, will be scored. I'm looking at it. Looks like about the 16th position for Brandon Feeney. Still only 3 cars out of tonight's race. Jeffrey Souza, Kevin O'Brien, and Dan Butler. So we will turn the lights back out on the iRacing.com pace car. We're getting ready to go back racing here. It is the 2-cent single 125, and your 2 cents mobile is still back in 7th. Race fans, he can't move. He's not, I don't know. He only has 2 cents. What do you expect from the guy? Pace car down and in. We will work lap number 72 when Sean Butler refires that Mountain Dew Monster Energy. Number 88 back off turn 4 into the restart zone. Green flag up. Three laps away from the halfway point here tonight. Butler with a really good start. This time, Zach Mitchell trying to take back that second spot. Remember, he lost it on the last restart by having to restart to the outside. That's where James Skelton was able to pounce on him. So Mitchell will take the spot back. James Skelton now stuck to the outside of the Flowertown Animal Hospital entry. He's going to let the 6 of Chris Hammett go on by. He'll slide in. One car going around. Max Terrell, and it's clogged. The track getting clogged as the 42 got turned around. I believe it was off the nose of that number 11 of the 2-cent single entry. So the 4th caution flag of the evening flying just before halfway here tonight. Max Terrell running inside the top 10. Getting turned around. Let's break this one down. Let's go and see if we can... Looks like Sean Single just tried to roll the corner a little bit better, and Max Terrell checked up. Riding on board the 42. With Sean Single. You heard him off the gas. He was just rolling, and with Tony Strano. Oh, he got tagged from behind from Buckley and Feeney. Bennett going to slam on the brakes, and Strano actually was sitting on top of the 42. See everybody scatter. Cole Day went to the outside. He drove right around everybody. So some crazy chain of events. Drivers that were involved: Sean Single, Max Terrell, Joshua Buckley, Tony Strano, Tim Williams, Philly Edwards, Brandon Feeney. So a little bit of a scatter. Let's take another look at this while we're still under caution here. The lights still on the iRacing.com pace car. So what do you say we slow it down here just a little bit as they come down here into the corner? Let's go ahead and slow it down for you race fans. Let's take a look, see if we can watch that 11 machine as our camera zooms in a little bit. There's the 11 into the back of the 42. Sean turns it down, then into the grass. Murdoch does a good job here. Does he get a piece of that 42? No, I thought so. I thought he went to the outside and got around. Ryan O'Donnell doing a good job, too. Minimal damage on the 98 and the 40 there. Just a quick breakdown of what happened from over top. Great camera shots by our crew here tonight on the Turn Crew Racing Network, catching all the racing action. Pace car off. We're ready to go. Butler and Mitchell, Skelton and Hammond is how they come back into the restart zone. 79 in the books. Here we go. Look at Chris Hammond. First time he'll restart to the inside of row number 2. Mitchell with a little bit of a head of steam down the back straightaway. He's not been able to make the outside work, though, that well for him. First new lead change of the night. The 8 of Zach Mitchell will lead here tonight at Martinsville on lap number 80, but he's not able to hold it. He'll fall back behind the 88 of Sean Butler. Max Terrell having to come from way deep into the field here now. He has been to pit road. They got the fenders pulled out on the 42 of Max Terrell's MK Medic machine. He is back here running, though, now in the 14th position. It'll be a big uphill climb for the 42 of Max Terrell. Remember, coming into the night, he was the second place driver in points. He's now on the outside looking in, so it would be Sean Butler, Jeffrey Souza, James Skelton, and Chris Hammett is how they're lined up right now on the point standings. Unofficially, of course. Sean Butler still the race leader with Zach Mitchell in tow. That's how they have been lined up all night long. Here's a couple drivers that got a couple lucky breaks. Remember, Rob Higgins was about to go a lap down before that second caution flag coming out here tonight. He's now inside the top 10 and has picked up 10 spots. He's running 9th for Rob Higgins. There's Josh Buckley. He was a lap down at one point here tonight. He took a waiver round and then caught that caution flag, put fresh tires on, and now he's sitting here in the 10th spot. Ryan O'Donnell just barely getting a crinkle on the right front fender. You can see it barely caved in from that last caution flag. Sean Single trying to make a move on Richard Murdoch. Murdoch going to swing way to the outside, wants to stay away from Single, as Murdoch will hold the position for the time being. I believe Sean Single just got into the outside wall out of turn number 4 that time. And Murdoch maybe scraping it too. Single almost into the back end of that 0-1. Just can't quite get the job done now if you are Sean Single. He's actually dropped the spot. Remember, we said Sean Single was able to hold on to his spot. He has not been able to get that back now from Richard Murdoch, as Josh Buckley and the checkered flag all display. The granny hits Walker's and Kane's entry, works the inside. Rob Higgins, that thing just pushed like a big old dump truck. And boy, is he backing it up. Lost 1, lost 2, looking to lose 3. And boy, Rob, that is not the quick way around. He's going to fall from running into the 9th position all the way back to currently in 14th, and possibly could lose the spot yet to Tony Strano. And he will. Philly Edwards will come upon, and that won't be a battle for position, though. Philly Edwards gonna slide and dive and jig and jive. He'll spin it off the racetrack, and I believe he'll end up on pit road. He will. He'll just take that thing right to pit road. So we stay green flag racing as Philly Edwards avoids us from bringing out a caution flag. So the race stays going. That was just a driver tried to drive it in a little bit farther that time. Edwards that was, and he got a little wheel hop, spun it around, didn't collect anybody, and wound up on pit road. The Butler is still leading the way here tonight. Max Terrell still trying to come through the field. Remember, we talked about him. Looks like Max will get around the 31 of Bennett. Bennett going to let him and the number 3 of Tony Strano go on by, so Bennett will fall back now into the 14th position. Race leader Sean Butler, the fastest car on the racetrack by about a 1/10 of a second last time by over Zach Mitchell. Chris Hammett, who's running 3rd, was the 2nd fastest car actually on the racetrack last time by. These drivers did all pit on lap number 59. Then we had a rash of caution flags there for the last couple of restart tries. And now here we are back to racing. Went back racing with 91 lap. Yeah, sorry. Reading that wrong. We went back racing with 81 laps completed here tonight. I was looking at when Philly Edwards went to pit road. That was on lap number 89. So everybody pretty much working themselves back into a long run groove here. Joshua Buckley is starting some pretty quick laps here compared to Richard Murdoch, about a tenth to 2/10 of a second quicker over the last 4 laps than that 0-1 of Murdoch, and Murdoch's going to slap it off the wall once again. If there's going to be a right side left on that 0-1, I'm going to be very impressed after this one. Sean Single did get back around Murdoch if we missed that. And now Buckley trying to get around Murdoch also. Buckley's front end on that number 13 is pretty pushed in. I didn't really see where that damage came from for the 13 of Buckley, but I can tell you that he has fresher tires than Murdoch by 10 laps. Tony Strano's getting up out of the groove. Bennett got around. There goes Rob Higgins. And that would be the 30 of Bob Higgins back there. Higgins looks like he is currently a lap down, though, to the battles that are out in front of him. This time by, it will just be 50 laps remaining here in the 2-cent single 150 here tonight at the Martinsville Speedway. You can see everybody starting to stretch themselves out. The best battle is still between Joshua Buckley and Richard Murdoch. Murdoch has picked up a couple wins with the series, but it has been a while. He's won at Bristol and the Talladega Super Speedway. Missed a race this season and then missed the cut line on the point standings by 1 point. Murdoch's best finishes this year has been 2 second-place finishes, one at Chicagoland and one at the Nashville Super Speedway. Picked up 2 pole awards this year, actually, for Richard Murdoch. That 0-1 has found some speed in qualifying. Joshua Buckley, on the other hand, would like to take that spot at least here. Ryan Aldani has started to pull back in this group of cars. Josh Buckley sailing it off that time, almost getting to the back bumper of Murdoch. Buckley, one of our Thursday night short track racers, so really knows how to get around these short tracks. Murdoch's going to open up the door. Does Buckley capitalize down the front straightaway? He will not. He actually lights the tires up off corner number 4, so cannot advance his position. And as this battle continues, you can tell the 13 of Buckley's faster than Murdoch, and the 98 is closed in. Now here comes the 62 of Troutman, and Max Terriot is not far behind either. Buckley going to hit the curb. He'll go around. Buckley going to go around and bring out the 5th caution flag here tonight. We watched that one unfold as Josh Buckley was trying to work over the number 0-1 of Richard Murdoch. So with under 50 laps to go, the caution flag flying here. Watch it. Buckley just got to get down on the curb. And it's just going to turn that 13 around. Solo car spin here. We'll bring out the caution flag. While that brings the caution flag out, that means everybody, you see them, everybody who is on the lead lap will come to pit road. So all 15 drivers that are on the lead lap. Looks like Brandon Feeney is in the lucky dog spot. So Feeney will get back on the lead lap. 4 tires and fuel here will do it. This is all we will need to make it all the way to the end of this race is 4 brand new tires on these machines. Those are general tires, general racing tires on these Arca Menards machines. And it will be Sean Butler, Chris Hammond, Zach Mitchell, is how they come out of pit road. A great stop there by Chris Hammett. Almost won the battle off pit road. It was a close one to come off pit road there. Let's see if we can break it down. Watch that 6 machine. He's going to fire off just from the right of our photo. Let's see if we can get that. There we go. Let's watch this one. There's the 6. He's moving. He's moving. The 88 still getting left side tires. There's the 8. They drop the jack. They all start to spin the tires. But look at Chris Hammett. Try and get to the end of pit road. He'll be a car short. But boy, what a run it was for Chris Hammett. He actually is going to be scored in second after coming across the exit line. So it's Butler, it's Hammett. Hammett getting out there second might actually hurt him in the long run because now Zach Mitchell will restart to the inside of row number 2. Chris Hammett, who will have to restart on the outside of row number 1. Should see 1 to go this time. We do. There goes the 30 of Bob Higgins. He'll drive around the iRacing.com pace car, so he'll join the tail end of these drivers. Max Terriot coming back out. Looks like there's still some damage on the 42 of Max Terriot. So under 40 laps to go here tonight at the virtual Martinsville Speedway as we're ready to go back racing. The 2-cent single 150. Sean Butler, Chris Hammett, Zach Mitchell. Green flag back out, and Chris Hammett having some problems with his connection to the server. That'll allow the 88 of Butler to squirt out ahead. Chris Hammett going to funnel down to the bottom side of the speedway, but it will be Sean Butler leading the lap that time. Ryan O'Donnell's still stuck to the outside. No, he'll slap the wall. O'Donnell going to slap the wall. He'll lose the spot. Joshua Buckley brought the caution flag out, already making up spots. He'll be back into the 8th spot as the race leader, Sean Butler, just returned the fastest lap of the race. 19.57 second lap for Sean Butler. Couple drivers hung up on the bottom side of the speedway here. Bennett looked like he hit the curb and now is holding up the bottom side. Possibly Cole Day deep into the field here. Cole Day, one of those drivers we're watching here tonight. That's on the outside of the bubble line. Max Terriot also back here. Oh, something wrong with Terriot. That car was headed to the inside wall down the back straightaway. Gathered it up, but that puppy is not handling very well for the 42. Donald Bennett making a pass here to the inside of the number 98 of Ryan O'Donnell to put Bennett inside the top 10 here tonight. Little engine that good, just been very quiet. The 31 looking like all the quarter panels are straight on that singular wireless number 31. Cole Day trying to work the outside there on the 3 of Tony Strano. That's not Cousin Carl. We talked about it. That's Cousin Cole here tonight. Max hasn't been able to make up any ground, nor has Cole Day really since we went back racing. Cole on the outside of the top 10 looking in. Butler still the race leader with Chris Hampton, Zach Mitchell, James Skelton, and DJ Anderson, the top 5 drivers. Nothing has changed up front here. Oh, sideways for the 40 of Higgins. The Cowboy back there hanging on to her. He lassoed her up. Ryan Donnie's been holding tough on the outside there of Donald Bennett. It looks like he will actually complete that pass back. So give Ryan Donnie the spot. Now here comes Cole Day. He'll look to the outside here on that 31 of Bennett. Will he be able to take that spot from Bennett, or will they fight for this 10th spot? Two drivers that are dirt racers at heart. Cole Day gonna slap the outside wall. Cole Day slapped the wall. Bennett got sideways, and now Day will take the spot. So put Day now back inside the top 10. It's not really going to help him. He's going to have to go up there. He's going to have to get to about the fourth or fifth position here tonight with the way everybody's running to have a chance to put himself into the Final Four. Well, look, we've seen this picture played out here tonight. Richard Murdoch running in 7th, Joshua Buckley running into the 8th position. Last time we saw this, though, Joshua Buckley ran into the curb as Josh Buckley bounces it off the wall. Cole Day to the inside. That'll be the pass for the 9th spot. So Cole Day trying to get on a mission here. So put Day now to 9th. O'Donnell back there. Look at the Feeney call entry. Feeney with 25 to go, trying to close in on a top 10 spot if he can. Remember, he was the lucky dog recipient. So the Liquid Motley, the Feeney call, Auto Tire and Safeties, number 38 on the move. Max Terriot trying to move up a couple spots here tonight. He sees with just 24 laps to go, his chance to go to the Final Four may be dwindling. So Max Terriot's being scored 13th here tonight. Race leader is Butler. So Butler, who needed the win. We've talked about it numerous times here tonight. He's in contention tonight with 22 laps to go. Chris Hamilton sitting right there in second. It's exactly what he needed here tonight. He came into the night. He was 2 points below the cut line coming in. Right now, he would be in. The other car that would be in, that would be James Skelton as of right now with just 22 laps to go. We'll see how this plays out. 21 to go. Hey, Sean Singles made a pass here tonight, race fans. He's no longer running 7th. He's now running 6th, and he's all over the back end of that Toyota of DJ Anderson. Anderson will slap it off the wall again. He's trying to open up one of those NOS energy drinks. Joshua Buckley, who was battling all over the back end of the 0-1 of Richard Murdoch, has faded back a little bit. There you see the 13. Cole Day has caught him now. He's also brought Ryan O'Donnell along with him. So with 20 laps to go, there could be a battle here for that 8th position. Sean Single has started to fade a little bit off the back end of the 51 of DJ Anderson. We'll see if he can close that gap in yet. There's still time for George Jetson. 4X Racing stable, Sean Single this season. This has been the farthest he has made it into the playoffs since joining on Monday nights. Joined this season by Chris Hammett, Zach Mitchell, and Ryan O'Donnell, making up the brand new 4X Racing stable here with Red Light Racing. 2 out of the 4 drivers have gone to victory lane this season. Sean Single and Ryan O'Donnell have not had the pleasure to park their cars in victory lane, but tonight here at Martinsville, there's still a chance. The race isn't quite over yet, and then, of course, next week at Phoenix. Butler seems like he's just been managing the gap right now, currently between him and that number 6 of Chris Hammett. It's been around about, 0.6 of a second. Chris Hammett, the U.S. Legend cars, we got a caution. Caution on the speedway. The 3 of Tony Strano is sitting backwards with 15 laps to go. Now, this is going to be an interesting play, Batman. Last time these drivers came to pit road was lap 107. And we'll go back racing with about 9 laps remaining in this one. Take a look at it. It looks like Tony Strano got some help there by the 40 of Rob Higgins. And that's what will turn him around. Strategy time here at Martinsville. Drivers have come to pit road. There is the 6 of Chris Hammett. He has come to pit road. Max Terriot's on pit road. DJ Anderson is on pit road. Drivers that need to lock themselves in have just come to pit road. 4 tires for Chris Hammett, but he will have to restart 12th. We're trying to figure out the scoring right now to see where every one of your playoff drivers will restart. This is about to get interesting. We already know Jeffrey Sousa's locked in. Sean Butler's your leader, so that would take 2 spots. Who would be in second? Well, that would be James Skelton. Well, sorry, third. So Skelton will be the 3rd driver in. And right now, the way the scoring is looking, it would be Cole Day sneaking in the back door into 4th. Day did not come to pit road. There he is. He is running 6th currently. So Cole Day is 6th. DJ Anderson, Chris Hammett, they're going to restart back in the 11th and 12th position. Max Terriot in 14th. And we should have about 9 laps to go. This one at the cut line here tonight is going to get close. We got fresh tires coming from a little bit deeper into the field than they would want. And old tires trying to hold on for a chance to go to Phoenix. Should see the 1 to go marker this time by here. Lights go out, so we're having a 9-lap shootout here tonight, race fans. Who do you got? Who's making it? Who's going home? Pace cars in, ready to go. 9 laps here tonight. The 2-cent single 150 here from the Martinsville Speedway. It'll be Butler and Mitchell on the front row. Green flag is up. We're racing once again. Good start by Mitchell on the outside. Bennett going to go way high down on turn number 2. He'll be out of the way. We stay racing. Mitchell trying to take the race lead for the first time, or second time here tonight, and late in this one. Little contact that time out of turn number 4. Mitchell leads again at the line with just 8 laps remaining. Mitchell trying to stay right down on the door of Sean Butler, trying to take him or make him stay honest down on the bottom side. Butler going to run it a little high that time, down into turn number 3 and out of 4. Zach Mitchell with another great run. Question is, how long can that 8 continue? Oh, that time Butler going to overshoot turn 1. He'll slap the 8 up out of the way, so now Butler will have the spot. It's Butler, it's Mitchell, it's Skelton in the top 3. Sean Single is now running 4th. Cole Day is running into the 5th spot. Those new tires are coming for Chris Hammond and DJ Anderson. 6 laps to go. Big wreck. Wreck down the front straightaway. Josh Buckley turned around the 62. Also turned around. So with 6 laps to go, a caution flag coming out here once again on the front straightaway, involving a lot of drivers in the mid-pack that got turned around. All right, there, the 6 of Chris Hammett playing bumper cars on the back of the 0-1, and then DJ Anderson up the speedway. Got a pinch off the 62 there of Ethan Troutman. Troutman, one of the drivers that is the driver that has completed the most laps this season. Is going to get pinched up into the wall right on board with the Home Depot number 62. Anderson had those new tires, and he was trying to come through the field. Feeney also involved. Let's take this and zoom it out a little bit. Nowhere for Feeney to go, nowhere for Buckley to go. Everybody was hammered down out of turn 4. Bennett going to squeeze through there. Higgins going to slam on the brakes. So everybody trying to get every position they can. Looking at it right now. Butler, Souza, Skelton, and a tie for 4th between Day and Hammett. Chris Hammett, Cole Day tied for the final spot. I lie. It's 1 point for Day. It's tight. It is going to be tight right down to the end of this one. We will go to overtime here tonight at the Martinsville Speedway here tonight. Overtime rules consist of this. There's not just one rule. 3 green-white checker attempts here tonight. Leader must take the white flag for the race to be official here tonight at Martinsville. So we will go green, white, checker. The leader takes the white flag. That will end it. We will race it back to the start-finish line here tonight. There is no freeze. If there is a car that gets turned around or the track gets clogged, we will race it back to the line. Lights are out. We're ready to go. Couple of your playoff contenders here. Butler, Skelton, Single, Day, Hammett. Max Terrielt's not out of this. He's going to restart inside the top 10 on the inside row. New tires, though, coming from right there. The 6 of Hammett has new tires. The 42, the 51, ready to go. Green flag coming out this time. Real slow start here tonight. Oh, a mischief on the outside by by the 8. Chris Hammett going to turn the 8. Oh, boy. I got cars numbers all jacked up and turned around, but Chris Hammett going to turn around the 99 of Cole Day on the restart. That's going to do it for Cole Day here. His chances are going to go out the window. Looks like Chris Hammett, his chances are going to go out the window. So that's attempt number 1, up in smoke. That just flipped and turned it upside down, as Will Smith would say. Let's go back and watch the restart here. The 6 right into the back of the 99, down into the corner. He'll turn him around. Max Terriel, the big recipient of that one. Right on board here with Cole Day. Cole Day and Chris Hammett were battling for that final position in the playoffs. It's going to turn around the 99. Watch it again. Everybody trying to make it down into turn 1. Looking at the way they're gonna line up. Butler's in with a win. Souza is in with a win. That would leave James Skelton, and the final position would go to Max Terriel right now if they finish the way they're running. Chris Hammett, you do see him in the 6 machine. He is in front of the race leader right now, but he is not the race leader himself. He is the final car on the tail end of the lead lap. He will get a wave past the iRacing.com pace car when we do get the 1 to go marker. A night and a chance for Cole Day. There you see him back here at the tail of the longest line. He was involved in that wreck. He was the car that got turned around. His night, his chances for a championship forbid pretty much at this point, unless another wreck happens with a couple of his championship contenders, he will be eliminated here tonight. Looks like we got the 1 to go. The lights are off on the iRacing.com pace car, ready to go. It'll be Butler, Mitchell, Skelton, Single, Murdoch, O'Donnell. Pace car off the racing surface. Attempt number 2 here at overtime tonight here at the Martinsville Speedway. Good start by Butler this time. He'll have the race lead control off turn number 2. A lot of blocking going on this time, though. Oh, maybe a little contact there. I thought the 8 of Mitchell was going to get to Butler. Butler will block again. It's going to be a run to the finish here tonight. Final lap here tonight of the season. Mitchell will swing it to the inside. Butler has to win. Mitchell will not get there. It will be Butler winning here tonight at Martinsville. It'll be Butler, Mitchell, Single. Skelton across the line. Murdoch, Terriel, O'Donnell, Anderson, Troutman, and Strano, the top 10. Chris Hammett, Cole Day, eliminated here tonight at Martinsville. Their chances for a Final Four bid, gone in a spin together. So we know 2 official spots are taken. Sean Butler, by winning here tonight at Martinsville, one of his strongest tracks, he is locked in. We can tell you Jeffrey Souza is locked in. Who are the other 2 that will join them in the playoffs? One of them will be James Skelton. He will take spot number 3. Who is the 4th? We're going to have to tally it up because as of right now, it is too close to call for that final spot in the championship. So as Sean Butler will celebrate here tonight at Martinsville, we'll take a quick break. We'll get all the points tallied up. And we'll tell you who that final driver is that will make it into the playoffs. We'll be right back here with the Liquid Motley post-race show here from the virtual Martinsville Speedway.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, welcome back here, race fans, to the Martinsville Speedway here tonight after the 2-cent single. Well, call it 158 needed here tonight to be able to complete all the laps needed here for the final race to get into the Final Four. That's right, 8 drivers came in, only 4 drivers will leave here. We know 2 out of those 4 positions are definite already, with the third a good possibility, and the fourth, well, it's just too close to call right now. Like an election here in the United States, you just never know what the outcome of those are going to be. So we'll have to wait and see after the granddaddy of them all counts them up. We're waiting on Joshua Buckley for that one. But what we can do here in the meantime is we can go down trackside here tonight and get your top 3 interviews in with the drivers that will finish 1 through 3. Let's start things off with the driver who, well, you needed to win, Sean, and you did that here tonight at Martinsville, leading all but 4 laps of this race.
Yeah, it was a good night for us. Zach gave me all I could handle there those last few restarts, and I do a little bit of blocking, but yeah, it was just overall great race tonight. You know, I came in knowing I had to win, and you know, I wasn't too worried about making it, but you know, it's always fun to go to the Final Four and see what you can do against the 4 top guys here in our, oh my gosh, my brain hurts. You know, in this season and everything, all these guys up here are so good, and they win races, and you know, it's hard to come by, and sometimes I luck into these races, race wins. Sometimes it's you dominate, and sometimes you get even though if you dominate, you still have to hold off a hard charger there at the end. But it was a great night for us.
My head hurts, just so you know, just from trying to listen to you explain that.
Yeah, my head hurts from all the friggin', having to concentrate so much trying to hold off Zach there at the end. That was, yeah, it was a hard fought battle, and it was a great race between us.
You talk about trying to hold off Zach Mitchell at the end of this one. Walk us through what your mindset was there. You had to throw some big blocks down the straightaways those last 2 laps. Were you worried that he was going to get into the back of you? Because this is one of the hardest places to race. And, well, easiest place to misjudge a braking zone.
I felt like he was going to race me clean. If I think if he was in the chase, it would have been different. I probably wouldn't have blocked him that hard. It was just one of those things. I felt like he was going to race me clean, knowing the position I was in. If he had gotten under me, I would have yielded to him to the bottom and then tried to pass him on the outside, like he almost did to me there a couple of restarts before that. So, yeah, you just never know. I mean, like you said, you're driving so hard, it's very easy to overcook the entry, and if it happened, it happened. It's just hard racing.
But you pick up the win just like you needed here tonight to lock yourself into Phoenix. How do we feel going to Phoenix now? You got to beat the other 3 competitors.
I feel like I've raced against all those guys there at Phoenix. It's going to be such a close race. I really don't know who's going to be better on the long run. It's going to come down to qualifying and then just probably track position, because it's, I think everyone's going to be so close on speed. You just how the cautions fall and everything. It's, I'll be practicing here for a couple weeks with my teammate and trying to figure out strategy and just kind of try to get a good idea of tire wear and, where are we going to be, and, try to throw strategy into it if we can and try to bring home another championship.
Well, let's roll the red carpet out, let you go practice already. Here, Sean, you lock yourself in. You are one of the final 4 contenders. You and Jeffrey Sousa, the only 2 officially locked in here tonight. But who do you got to thank once again for another fast 88?
Again, my teammate DJ. We practice all the time trying to figure out these races and strategy, and just when to pit, when not to pit, and didn't really come in tonight, just with the long green flag runs and stuff, and then some weird strategy at the end, and is what it is. But and then got to thank the guys here at Red Light putting these on. I'm looking forward to the summer off. A little bit of R&R and just have some fun races, and then you up in the booth. And all the fans out there, I got to thank, Zach, like I said, for racing me clean, and congrats to him coming in 2nd and Sean Single in 3rd.
There you hear it. Butler wins tonight here in dominating fashion. He will lock himself in to the Final 4 with a chance to pick up another championship here on Monday night. The driver that will finish 2nd, well, he had a hot run here tonight. Zach, a great run for this 8 machine. What did you need, though, at the end of this one? Only being able to lead 4 laps, and you just didn't get that last lap.
Yeah, I just needed some better passing opportunities. This track's hard to pass, and we were hitting the rev limiter halfway down the straightaway, so any run you got, you really couldn't use it. But I don't know if I could have got a better restart, that last restart. That might have helped. I might have been able to keep him at bay on the inside for those couple laps.
You knew coming into this who was in the championship standings and, who needed to do what. You were well aware of the 88 situation. Did that cross your mind here at the end of the night about maybe sending him off into turn 3 in the last lap?
Yeah, like Sean said too. If it would the mindset if I was in the playoffs too, when he threw that big block coming down the back straightaway after that last restart, if he wasn't in the playoffs or if I was in the playoffs, I definitely would have thrown it all the way down to the inside for sure. But I didn't want to disrespect anybody by taking him out just to win a race when it didn't matter for me at all. So I just tried to get another run down the front stretch, but it didn't happen.
You weren't able to. You run out of time, but a great year for you this season here on a Monday night. And I mean, what was the letdown when the 8 was no longer eligible to race for a championship?
It was a pretty big letdown. I mean, this is the most consistent I've been in a season, and can kind of thank the guys at Red 4X for that. The 4 of us, we practice most every week, and that the extra track time kind of helps. But I don't know. Some of the tracks in the playoffs that last round weren't very nice to me. Weren't some of my favorites, so that's kind of part of it. But probably just need a little bit more practice.
Practice? We're talking about practice?
Yeah, or we need more road courses.
Yeah, let's not go that far there, my friend. Let's not go that far. But hey, a great run for you here. What do you think going to Phoenix next week? What's going to be the mindset for you? You're not in the playoffs, and you're going to be racing around 4 drivers going for a championship.
I'm just gonna race, just like tonight. I'll just race clean and not take anybody out. I'll actually have bumpers this week, so if I want to push anybody out of the way, I could. It'd be another thing if we were racing the Xfinity car or something tonight. I definitely would have sent Sean up the hill, but with these ARCA cars, you just can't hit anybody.
Well, a great run for you here, Zach. Before we let you go, I know there's people back home that watch you out of that great state. It's like shaped like a soda can, I think, that's crushed.
Yeah, something like that. But I don't know. It's cold here too, so. But I can't thank the guys at 4X Racing enough for putting a team together for the 4 of us. It's been awesome, fun to talk to them throughout the races and throughout the week too about different strategies we can do. And can't thank the guys at Red Light for putting it on for us. And for you, Roger, for putting up the broadcast so I can go and watch and listen to your somewhat good commentary. It's always nice to watch it after the race is over.
Kind words there by Zach Mitchell. I don't know who he's listening to, but it sure as heck ain't me. Tonight, though, he will finish in second after a good run with that number 8 machine. Sitting back here into third, it's some guy that they like to rip on and call 2 Cent Single. 2 Cent wasn't a clean race exactly for you, but a good run all in all after you spent most of the night sitting in that 7th spot.
Yeah, I got into a little tangle with Max. I was thinking about it and watching the replay, and I didn't think my braking points were any different than what they were all race, so I'm hoping that he at least still gets into the championship. He definitely deserved it. He's always a class act on the field, so hoping that he still gets in there.
Yourself not in that championship run here. How hard is it to run a short track like this and race around the playoff drivers that are all battling for a chance?
Yeah, it's tough. I knew I was in a must-win position, and I knew that this probably wasn't the track where I'd be able to get it done. But all in all, great finish. You know, I'm happy with the third, and especially on a race that I got to sponsor. So it's really cool to be able to get up here to the booth, especially after a long race like that.
Yeah, you talk about your name and the 2 Cents being put together here tonight at Martinsville. What is the story behind the 2 Cent Single 150?
Just a little joking between me and one of the other drivers. So it kind of had a nice little ring to it. So I messaged him seeing if he'd be okay with me sponsoring that, and kind of went from there. We had a good chuckle on it, and we ultimately had a good finish tonight too. So.
Well, I wish we could tell you, Sean, if you were the 4th place driver. We know it's coming down to the points tally here tonight. I don't have an answer for you. Do you have an answer?
I don't have an answer, but I was last in points, so I don't think I'm there. I want to say it's either going to go to Max or DJ.
Well, who do you think should get in? Do you think it should be you?
I mean, I always want to be running for a championship, so I'd take my vote. But if I had to choose another one, it'd probably be Max.
Well, that's why you have 2 cents. You don't have a full dollar with you. So, hey, what do you say we wrap this one up, and we're seeing you over by the beer cooler and see who gets that 4th spot?
Absolutely. I'm good with that.
Well, who do you got to thank back home? I know there's people that were calling you out in chat here tonight.
Oh, yeah. Got to thank my mom and dad. They're always watching. I believe it should be probably Carl and Will in there. They're always giving me shout-outs from the Boondock Saints team. Got to thank the Saturday squad. Love them so much. They're good people. Also want to give a shout-out to Josh, James, Richard, and all the admins who put Red Light together. But you and your incredible commentary and be able to put this together so we can watch it the next day and I can follow up. So thank everyone there.
Well, he's another one of those that must listen to these races on mute. There's Sean Single and his side of tonight's race. He will finish in the 3rd position here tonight. We still don't have your official point standings updated here tonight from the Martinsville Speedway. The 2 drivers that we can officially lock in here tonight as we get ready to sign off here from Martinsville. Jeffrey Souza, he is in with a win. We know that Sean Butler is in with a win, and we can say that James Skelton was the 3rd driver that will get in that 4th and final spot here tonight. It's a little close to call here. We don't want to count the math up and be wrong. So what we will do is we will make let you guys all go on over there to redlightracing.net to catch up on all the racing action here with Red Light Racing. And that's where you will find who will be the 4th place driver into the championship. Is it going to be Sean Single? Will it be Max Dariel? Or will it be DJ Anderson? That's the question that's being passed around the water cooler right now. So, with that being said, race fans, we thank you tonight here for tuning in to watch the 2 cent single 150 here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. So, from Sean Single himself, from the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, and everybody with Red Light Racing, my name is Roger Muth with the Turn 3 Racing Network, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's show. We thank you tonight for watching. We hope you stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.